Oh, yeah. I'll take some pictures, guys. So you can, those of you who are interested, you can read at your leisure about this particular machine. Mill engine by Burnley Ironworks Company from 1903. Oh, huge, no? This one, I'm not sure what this is. Compound steam engine by J and E Hall from 1838. Okay, I'm gonna try to go further inside the building. Let's see if the internet holds up there as I walk inside the building. This is the space exploration section. Huh. They've got, I don't know if this mock-ups or real. They almost look like real-size rockets. It's like there's a museum, I think it's called Airspace Museum or something. There's a Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. in the U.S. Where they also have lots of really cool exhibits. It's like with space and like real size or even like real airplanes. I think this is the exhibit with the lunar exploration. Apollo 2 flight plan. And look, the internet is holding up okay-ish in the Science Museum by the looks of it. Oh, Mr. Yuri Gagarin, of course. The first man in space. The spacesuits. This is Helen Sharma's spacesuit, Sokol KV-2. Ah, the first Briton in space when she traveled to Mir space station aboard Soyuz TM-12. Take a picture for this. It explores weightlessness, psychology, washing in space. Sorry, interesting. How do you wash in space? Sleeping, eating and drinking. The various spacecraft.
Here is the jettisoning of the solid rocket boosters, as filmed from inside the space shuttle. About 8 minutes after takeoff,
I was taking a shower earlier today, and I was like thinking, it's such a simple thing that we, kind of I think we can take for granted. But I mean, every time, like water is so relaxing when you're able to take a shower or a bath, and it's like such a little thing for like many of us. But when you come to think of it, there's like some people who live without water or without access to like take a shower. And I mean, even like back in the day, right? Like even the aristocracy, they'd be like, if they were lucky if they showered once a week. And now we can do it at any point of time for most of us, which is a luxury in a way we probably don't appreciate. Hey, come Batman. We are in the Science Museum right now in London. Shorten dividing engine. Interesting. This is from the 18th century. Okay, so this is the world's oldest steam locomotive. Puffin Beeley locomotive from 1814. Take a picture, guys, so you can read it. Puffin Beeley. The oldest surviving steam railway locomotive in the world. Rather than carrying passengers, it hauled coal trains at little more than walking pace along a 5-mile stretch of railway between Wylam Colliery and the nearby River Tyne. There, the coal was loaded onto ships for transport around the coast. This is a photo of this locomotive from 1862. It was finally taken out of service. Its sister locomotive, Willem Dilly, also survives at the National Museum of Scotland in Edinburgh. This is like a sewing machine, is it? Well, not sewing. What do you call them? To make fabrics. Oh, loom machine. That's right, the loom. Hand loom with jacquard from circa 1825. The jacquard mechanism was the first to use punched cards to control the weaving of patterned fabrics on a commercial scale. French silk weaver Joseph Jacquard developed his system as a separate unit that could be added to a conventional loom. By swapping the cards, the pattern woven by a loom could easily be changed. Okay, that's why probably the name of jacquard. I think the fabric is called jacquard. Look, I didn't know it was named after somebody. Oh, your mom was a seamstress. Cool. My grandma was a seamstress as well. She sometimes took me to her workplace. What is this? Huh? Oh my God. It's like lots of different things. I'm not even sure what it's all about. Maybe all the things that were produced using machines. Hold on. Doesn't have an explanation. It's a phone. Oh, look at this carriage. I think this is probably. Oh, this was Technology in Everyday Life exhibition, probably. This is a mail coach from 1820. This coach was used on the London to York mail coach route. Though subsequently modified, it is one of the few genuine survivors from the era of the mail coach, which began in 1784 and lasted until about 1838. By 1820, a coach could cover 200 miles from York to London at an average speed of about 8 to 10 miles per hour by changing the teams of horses in stages of about 9 or 10 miles. Coaches like this represented a sophisticated technical development being built to stand the shocks and wrenching of contemporary roads, though finely built and at minimum weight. Now you just send the WhatsApp. A message there and WhatsApp. York to London. Oh, that actually even says York to London. York is a very nice little quaint town. Very beautiful in its own way. And they've got a beautiful cathedral there called York Minster. It's very magnificent. Probably one of the nicer ones in the country. Oh, lawnmower from 1832. And look at this. They've got a little marketing pamphlet here as well. Renaissance lawnmowers, the best in the world. When Edwin Budin patented his machine for cutting grass, it was the first attempt to replace a scythe for this purpose. Budin was working at Brinscombe Mills in Stroud, Gloucestershire, when he noted the principle of a machine for cutting the pile of certain kinds of clothes and adapted it for cutting grass. Oh, well, okay. The mower was generally pushed from behind, but a second handle was provided so that, if required, it could be both pushed and pulled simultaneously. The main roller drives the knives through a system of gears. The knives rotate at about 12 times the speed of the roller, and they obtain their cutting action by working against the rigid knife bar on the underside of the machine. The manufacturing rights were taken up in 1832 by J.R. and A. Ransom of Ipswich. This is one of the earliest machines made by the company. Sahin, you got a lawnmower museum. Oh wow, really? Hello everyone who's joined. We are in the Science Museum right now. Bonjour, Fabrice. Oh, look at this. Old bicycles. A telescope. A mini organ. Piano, old piano. Una vecchia bicicletta. Yeah, lots of things we can take for granted, right? Nowadays. Model of the paddle engines of the Great Eastern, 1854. When the Great Eastern was launched in 1858, hold on. When the Great Eastern was launched in 1858, she was the largest ship in the world. It was also the final and most ambitious project of Isambard Kingdom, Brunel. Oh, that's a Brunel? Yeah, Brunel. Well, there's a Brunel Museum, and Brunel, he constructed like a lot of... There's a Brunel bridge in Bristol, who died shortly after the launching. The Great Eastern, known during building as the Leviathan, was designed to make the trip from England to Australia around the Cape without having to stop to take on coal. The ship was plagued with problems and did not fulfill the expectations held for her. However, in 1866 she was used to lay the first successful transatlantic telegraph cable linking Britain and America. The paddle engines on the ship were built by John Scott Russell, a leading naval architect and Brunel's collaborator on the project. This 1:12 scale model, okay, so this is only like 12ths of the size of the actual thing, was probably built to serve as a design tool and also to help underpin the confidence of investors in the project. The actual engines represented a major engineering achievement, each pair weighing 90 tons and driving paddle wheels 56 feet in diameter. The engines were the largest of their time and in total produced 3,150 indicated horsepower, double the power of any previous marine engine. This model is one of the few surviving artifacts of the Great Eastern, which was broken up for scrap in the late 1880s. So remember when we were like on a boat tour, and I told you there's like a part on the north bank of the river. I think there's this part in London where there is still there's now a park, but they still have the beams that were used on which this Great Eastern was launched into the water, and I reckon it was from Great Eastern, if I remember correctly. Okay, what is this? Technology in everyday life. Machinery. Oop, oh, I can't go. Retreat. It's like you can't walk inside. There's this little court here. Oh, this might be. Let's see if this is Titanic or the Great Eastern. Oh, yes, my battery's running low for some reason. Is it charging? Give me a sec. Let's double check. What this exhibit is. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, no, there it is. This is a model of SS Oceanic 1899, scale 1:64. So this is like 64 times smaller than the actual thing. The Oceanic was the last great British transatlantic liner of the 19th century. She cost around £1 million in the money of the time and was 704 feet or 217 meters in length. She was the first ship launched in over 40 years to exceed the lengths of Brunel's Great Eastern. Okay, it was even larger than Great Eastern. In this period, the crack transatlantic liners were symbols of national prowess. The Oceanic had 28,000 horsepower from two sets of triple expansion steam engines, and her ability to perform 20-knot crossings came in part from being built to Admiralty specifications to allow conversion for naval duties in wartime, so it could be converted into a warship. Memoirs of the transatlantic liners often note the social life and the luxury offered for the first-class passengers. However, when Oceanic was launched, emigration from Europe to America was in full swing, and by 1910, immigrants were arriving there at a rate about 1 million a year. one of the greatest movements of people the world has seen. Oceanic carried 1,000 third-class passengers, making the trip every fortnight. So every 2 weeks, 1,000 passengers. In third class, many immigrants would have traveled on the liners like this. The Oceanic remained the flagship of the Oceanic and White Star Lines until the advent of the Olympic and Titanic in 1911 and 1912. The Oceanic was lost by stranding while under naval command in 1914. Okay, so it's like somewhere on the on the ocean bed now. This huge ship. 250 meters long. That's a big one. Well, but apparently Titanic was bigger than the other one. Hold on, what was it? Titanic, and the other one was called Olympic. Olympic and Titanic. Some planes. If Itka's watching, should like might be something like if Itka's son is training to be a pilot, so he'll probably think he'd probably be into something like this museum offers. I reckon this is from a lighthouse. Aeroplano, ok, l'aeroplano, gli aeroplani. Ok. Ma non comincia con SP, no? Gloria. Gloria was trying to explain me the rule of the Italian language. I was like asking her why certain words have this prefix. The prefix? GLI. Couldn't understand it. What is this? Huh? Oh. Any guesses what this is, guys? I'll take your guesses before I let you know what it is. Capsule. Huh? Good one. For what? Okay. Tanya, how do you know this? Oh my god. Hold on. Did you see it on my screen? Okay, we need to send Tanya to like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like one of those shows. Like not the first time she's guessing it right. It is an iron lung. Drinker type iron lung. Named after its inventor Philip Drinker, lived between 1894 and 1972. This is an example of one of the earliest iron lungs or cabinet respirators. First used in 1928 in the United States, iron lungs were originally developed to treat people affected by gas inhalation after accidents in their homes. Iron lungs were also used extensively to treat patients whose chest muscles were paralyzed from diseases such as polio. Patients were encased in the large heavy cabinet with only their heads outside. Okay, so the head would drop from here. Air alternating pressures was pumped into the chamber, causing the lungs to inflate and deflate so the person could breathe. How much a person's lungs were affected influenced how long they had to spend in an iron lung. For some people, it was a couple of hours a day until their own lungs recovered. For others, it was a lifelong experience. Oh my God, imagine spending your life here. The Drinker iron lung was brought to the United Kingdom in 1930. It was only made by one company, C.B. Gorman & Co. Company Limited, who were experts in making airtight chambers for divers. By the late 1930s, the Drinker iron lung was replaced in the United Kingdom by a lighter and cheaper version known as the Bose iron lung. Mini submarine, yeah. I mean, it probably could have been, like, right, because it provides compression of some sorts. Okay, I'll take a picture and send it to you guys. Oh, actually, this might be better. Yeah, this is what it looked like with the patient inside. Diesel #1, built in 1931. Foden. Ah, look at this. Ford. Oh, is this a Ford Model T or whatever? What was saying? Hold on, what was it? Henry Ford expression. I heard it somewhere the other day. People can have Ford in this and that as long as it's in gray color or something like that. Ford. Oh yeah, it is Ford Model T. With the Model T, Henry Ford showed the world that a new system of production had come of age. Fordism brought motoring within the reach of huge new markets, making cars simple and affordable by applying mass production techniques on a vast scale. Between 1908 and 1927, Ford produced over 15 million Model Ts, and by 1919 they accounted for over 40% of the cars on British roads. This is what I think must be a conveyor belt. Ford first pioneered the moving assembly line with the production of the magnetos for the spark ignition system. Soon he extended the assembly line principle to the whole car. Oh, wow, okay. An English language lesson at the Ford factory in 1915. I think this was it. This was the English language lesson, is it? Many Ford workers were recent immigrants to America. It has been said that to complement the new production machinery, Ford also created new industrial people. Imagine seeing this one on the road. Panhard and Levasseur motor car from 1895. A Panhard and Levasseur car like this won the world's first motor race in France in 1895. The same year, motoring pioneer and Member of Parliament Evelyn Ellis brought this vehicle to Britain, the first ever car import. He used it to mount a successful challenge to legislation hampering the development of motor car use and manufacture here. This is a photo. L'Abbé Gavois, seen here refueling near Troyes, must be somewhere in France, in the 1920s, bought one of the earliest Panhards made in 1891. He used it for more than 30 years around his parish in central France. Very comfortable. Maybe not. Imagine getting caught in the rain in this one. Oh my god, look at this boat. Beautiful. Looks cool, no? Looks like a space age design. Almost. Ah, Trois. RE2. Miss England, this one is called. Oh. Hold on. More old cars. What is this one? Jet 1. That's a good talk. Look at it. It's like very cool design, no? Like a James Bond car. Almost. Oh, really? Wow. Model Ts are still driven in the States. Is this real? No, I think they just put this glass to protect maybe the seats from the air. Okay, so this is Rover gas turbine car, Jet 1 from 1950. Jet 1 was the world's first gas turbine powered motor car. It was made by Rover, the car company which had been intended as the main producer of the new Whittle aircraft jet engine in the Second World War. Work on a small gas turbine suitable for powering a motor car began in 1946, and the finished vehicle was unveiled to the public in 1950. In 1952, Jet 1 was fitted with an upgraded engine and achieved a world record speed for gas turbine cars of 152 miles per hour, 244 kilometers per hour. When Jet 1 was launched, the gas turbine jet engine was seen as a symbol of modernity and of British technical prowess. Many viewed it as the power source of the future, but test driving showed that its poor fuel consumption and slowness to respond to the throttle made it unsuitable for road transport. Rover continued to develop gas turbine car designs until 1965, and work was subsequently carried out on gas turbine powered trucks. Many other companies also started to explore gas turbine powered cars, trucks, and railway locomotives. Oh my, look at this. Oh, whoa. This must be Italian, no? Hold on. Is that a Vespa? Yeah, I think it might be a Vespa. A cute little costume. Can you see them? That's great. The post-war period saw an enormous variety of designs intended to offer popular low-cost motoring in austere economic conditions. Many 3- and 4-wheel microcars were produced using diverse body styles and engineering solutions. But the two shown here represent the most successful and best-known types. Motorcycle manufacturers were also forced to consider new economy models. Several attempted to make motorcycling more widely accepted by enclosing the mechanical parts and trying to civilize the riding experience. The most influential design to achieve this was Vespa, devised in Italy. It is a Vespa. The Vespa reinvented the whole concept of the motorized bicycle and made it appealing to a huge range of people who would previously not have considered two-wheel transport. Okay, so number 1. I think this might be the number 1. Number 1 is Messerschmitt KR200 Deluxe, the German one, 1960. Number 2 is, I think the red one, is BMW IZ300 from 1961. And number 3 is the Vespa 125 scooter from 1948. Okay, but the post-Second World War scooter boom was initiated by an ingenious design from Corradino da Scagno, a helicopter pioneer, and put into production by the former aircraft company Piaggio near Genoa. Called the Vespa, Italian for wasp, the scooter quickly captured a new and fashionable market. The main elements in its success were the packaging of the mechanical elements together in the bulbous rear tail, hence the nickname. Okay. So because everything in this rear tail, it's called a wasp. and the broad front panel that provided weather protection. For the first time, men and women could use a two-wheeled machine for short trips wearing everyday clothes, and the Italian press called it a little two-wheeled car. The Piaggio Vespa was quickly followed by Lambretta from Innocenti company in Milan and a host of imitators in other countries. By 1955, 1 million Vespas had been built, at that time a huge figure for motorcycle production. Okay. Oh, you don't want to let you drive a scooter. Yeah, like probably a wise idea, no? Fiat. Fabbrica Italiana Automobili di Torino. Ah, really? Oh, that was San Francisco. Okay, let's say this is the early Vespa. This is like a no, hold on. You could fit two people in here. Looks actually cool, no? I mean, I think there are cars like this nowadays in India. They use quite a lot of minimalistic designs. This is a two-seater. That's so cute. Oh, it is a BMW. It's got a BMW shield. Ah, this looks medical as well, no? What is it? Tara? Car fabricate car interiors. No, this brown sleigh. Torino è in Piemonte, la regione è il Piemonte. What is that? Oh, I think this is like a solar powered vehicle. Yeah. Look at the huge solar power panel there. Oh, Brompton. Wow, thank you for the heartbeat. So this is like recent invention. Well, rather recent. There's a guy who Brompton bicycles. If you're into bicycles, you've probably heard of it. But they're like very foldable. Feature a foldable design. So can be taken on board of public transport most of the time. Electric flight. Huh? Oh, okay. It's like an engine for electric flight, probably. Spirit of innovation broke airspeed records in Buscong Down in 2021. A dedicated team of engineers, technicians, and test pilots worked on Spirit of Innovation. They wrote their signatures on the fuselage near the propeller to celebrate the success. This is what it looked like. It's cool. The design of the plane. Please translate. Gonna eavesdrop. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Not like a space capsule or whatever. Oh my god, what is this? Look at this. Oops. Greenwich Time Service. XC100.
I mean, that's just breathtaking.
How much do you need? 1.5 miles just to go.
2.5 inch tape, 2 inch tape.
What is this? Something, what, something? Okay. No. Can't find the explanation for this plane or subsection. But we have something else here. Maya Gibbon, heart-lung machine, 1958. Where is it? Heart-lung machines have made open-heart surgery possible. During surgery, these machines bypass the patient's heart and pump oxygenated blood around the body. This Maya Gibbon heart-lung machine, is that the one that there over there? I don't know. I think possibly this one. Was among the first to be used regularly for surgery on common congenital heart problems such as hole in the heart, which cause serious illness and early death. So, and there's a picture here of 5-year-old Lynn Jones, the subject of an early successful heart repair made possible by the heart-lung machine, with Dr. Nina Braunwald at the National Heart Institute, Bethesda, Maryland. Designed at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, the machine was a version of the heart-lung machine developed by the surgeon John Gibbon. After years of experimentation, Gibbon had carried out his first successful open-heart operation in 1953. It's 70 years back. Doctors used the more commercial version launched in 1955 at London's Middlesex Hospital. I think this is the one, no? Il chirurgo opera I polmoni. And this is Ampex video recorder. The Americans revealed the Ampex video recorder as proof of superior technology during a debate between Richard Nixon and Nikita Khrushchev in Moscow in 1959. But Khrushchev quipped, "When we pass you, we will wave to you." Recording information-packed television signals is no mean feat. In 1953, the Radio Corporation of America, RCA, demonstrated an experimental videotape recorder which required 1.5 miles of tape to record just 4 minutes television. This Ampex video recorder, invented in 1956, overcame the problem and started a television revolution. Ampex's machine used rapidly rotating recording heads to scan across the width of tape, laying down overlapping stripes of recorded material moving at a comparatively slow rate of 15 inches per second. A 10-inch spool of 2-inch wide tape could carry 1 hour of television, allowing pre-recorded and edited programs gradually to replace an all-live schedule. What is this? Not sure what this is. Oh, this is like a CNC machine, like a computer metal cutting machine, computerized. See tabletop versions of 140 machines, ships, railway locomotives, road vehicles, airplanes, industrial printing and textile machines, medical models, and many others crafted over the last 250 years. All are from the Science Museum collections. Okay, so if we go up to the mezzanine level here, there's like a walkway where we can see all these different machines. Which a good time actually. Oh, 5 o'clock. Okay guys, I'm gonna be quick here. We'll try to make our way to A. I'll try to show you other parts of DNA if I can. Look at this, we've been lucky with the internet connection inside here. Just as I said that, we lost it. Oh, no, it's back again. But yeah, Okay, you get an idea of what type of things you get here on display in the Science Museum. Let's walk to Victorian Albert. What happened? Have I missed something, Sheridan? Oh, give me a sec. Where are we? Let's get it. I'm gonna walk this way. Your photograph will be full already. Imagine, Apple, imagine if you had to carry tape with you. What is this? Oh my god. Copper sculptures. Okay. Air 6 scale models. Orient spacecraft. Pan American. Oh wow. Look at this. Almost looks like a what do you call it? You know the spacecraft that Richard Branson is developing. Pan Am Jumbo Jet. Look at this synchrotron, the machine that thinks like a man. That's a funny. I mean, probably. I'm laughing now. Let's see if we're gonna laugh soon. We're gonna have the machines that exceed our intelligence. Oh, look at this model here. Whoa. Okay, Concorde. This is Concorde, I reckon. Too long. That doesn't even fit into my camera. Made out of wood. Another plane. Yitka Tom would be very, very, very happy in this museum, I reckon. Some car models, train models, another plane model here. Whoa, look at this car. What is it?